Are you developing new products? Well, in which case, here are 4 technologies that you cannot ignore and need to put into your design process as soon as possible. If you look back over the last 20 years, you can see how far product development has come. CAD and 3D printing particularly have utterly revolutionized the way that designers work. But we're looking forward in this video to the next 20 years and trying to catch a wave of what is going to change the way designers work and improve the design process going forwards. So if you don't want to get left behind, and if you want to make sure you're designing the best products you possibly can for your clients, for your internal team, for your company, or for the end user, then this video is vital and make sure you watch right until the end. My name's Phil. I've run a design agency for the last 12 years. I've been in the industry for the last 20 years, and with my team, we've worked on a vast array of products from golf trolleys through to toddler mittens and everything in between. Now we're going to hear a bit from Sarah now. She's one of my senior designers and she's done quite a lot of work on how VR can be integrated within the design process.
VR has been around for a while, but applications for the design process are expanding all the time. With the price of equipment coming down and tools to create applications in VR becoming more accessible, the opportunities to integrate it in the design process are constantly expanding. Programs like Gravity Sketch or KeyVR, KeyShot's new VR extension, are creating tools aimed at product designers, empowering us with new ways to discover ideas in 3D. We've seen VR used in a number of ways already, from sketching in 3D to evaluating designs in the automotive industry. Anything large scale it can be incredibly useful for. Another potential use case is market research, especially for products where context is really key and recreating that context can be challenging. Some examples of this might be product use in a bathroom setting or on an airplane or maybe a campsite, some outdoor setting. The ability to build 3D environments and quickly test ideas within that environment could radically change our development process. As these tools get quicker and easier to use, we're excited to see how we can implement them more and more.
Before we look at the second technology that we're integrating within our design process, please take a moment, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we launch new content. Thank you, it makes a huge difference to the channel. As product developers, we've all used 3D printing to develop products more rapidly, but what we're seeing now is that more and more of our clients are actually using 3D printing to produce the first or even first and second production batches of their product so that they can test the market, guarantee that their product's going to sell as best as possible before then investing in the expensive tooling that's required for things like injection molding. Now it does mean on these initial production runs that they're making less margin, but for a lot of our clients they view that as a worthwhile and sensible part of the investment in new product development. Now, as the cost of materials comes down and as this technology gets cheaper anyway, we're expecting to see more and more of our clients using this. And actually, therefore, as product designers, we've got an opportunity within that first and second batch to test a vast number of products with a lot of different users to change, iterate, and improve before then going into tooling for mass production. And that's quite exciting because it means that actually you can involve the user even more than you do at the moment in terms of the design process, and I think there'll be better products as a result. Now this technology should also mean there's more possibilities for customization. We're already seeing some companies using individual bespoke part creation using 3D printing for things like custom shaped earbuds, and that we think will continue to expand as well as materials and processing costs come down. And so as designers, that's quite exciting because it opens up a whole new realm where actually products can be more bespoke to the end customer and also can be of a form that actually you couldn't create using normal production methods. And we've seen this in some footwear design, particularly with these highly complex organic lattice forms for shock absorbing soles that you could never produce using normal foam molding, but can be 3D printed in a additive manufacturing scenario. Having seen how 3D printing has revolutionized prototyping, we're now really looking forward to seeing how 3D printing can revolutionize manufacturing as well. We've got 2 more exciting technologies to look at as part of this video, but a quick word from our sponsors before we do. Now, they are developing CAD systems and technology, which is at the forefront as well of groundbreaking technologies that are going to improve the product design process going forwards.
At Ocado, we never underestimate the value of streamlined collaboration. We need our tools to help people get work done, and we have development centers all over the world, and we span time zones all over. The 600 series bot is the world's lightest and most energy efficient grocery fulfillment bot. We've designed it in Onshape using the latest in additive manufacturing and topology optimization techniques.
We've already seen AR being adopted into the mass market with things such as in-car navigation or the ability to show products in context like a sofa or a desk, allowing consumers to have a virtual try before you buy experience. What's interesting is how AR could integrate into the design process to help increase efficiency and communication amongst expanded teams. As with any product, early stage concept validation is incredibly important, and AI can be used to help easily convey design intent or confirm design decisions in a much more efficient and cost-effective way, either within a design team or with the client, without the need for lengthy meetings or physical prototypes. The use of a rendered AR model that either a team or a client can use to visualize in the real world can add a level of tangibility and potential consideration and feedback that up to this point only a physical prototype would have been sufficient for. We found this especially important when trying to convey factors such as size, scale and ergonomics of a design concept to a client, which without a physical prototype is very hard to do.
AI is set to revolutionize the creative industries. It's already making big changes in logo development, copywriting and things like that, and it's going to have an impact in product development as well, and rightly so. I think designers ought to not fear that, but instead ought to embrace how AI can improve your design process. We're using AI in lots of different ways already as part of our team. 2 of those ways are in terms of creating initial styling directions for concepts. Now, this is quite interesting because this has been hard previously. If you take a client's concept and you produce a whole lot of photorealistic renders, maybe in 3 or 4 different styles, the issue is they think it's almost complete at that point because it looks like a final product, and that can cause problems when they don't appreciate what's still got to happen before you get to the final product. But by using AI, what we can basically do is create a whole load of beautiful photorealistic renders really quickly in a range of different styles of something that looks like their final product's going to look, but clearly isn't the same thing. And this is ideal. And then what the client can do is go, well, I like that, I don't like this one. And actually, I didn't really mean that I wanted retro styling. What I really want is this instead. And then we can take all of that feedback, use it to define a much clearer styling brief for the designer, and then apply that to their product. Another way that we're looking to use AI within our process is in generative design. So at the other end of the process, where we're looking to refine components for performance, for minimizing material usage, and for minimizing cost, then actually using AI to test and generate iterative concepts simultaneously makes a massive difference to the overall timeline and also the cost of development at that stage as well. Now, that's just 2 of the ways that we're using AI within our design process. There's other ways we're using it as well, and if you want to know more about those, then make sure you check out my next video now.